Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this evening's USA Basketball Media Zoom. Joining us is Bam Adebayo, and we'll go to questions. Again, please, I'm requesting that all questions pertain to the Olympics or USA Basketball. We'll start with Tyler Boronsky. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, Bam. How would you say that you guys have evolved as a team since the first time you guys faced France?
Definitely got more together, learning how to play with each other, and making it easier for ourselves. We're starting to figure out our identity, and it's working out for us.
What would you say that identity is then?
Overall, we can play at a high altitude, a high effort on both ends of the court. So we have some of the greatest scorers in the game today. And then on the other end, we have some hellacious defenders that, can impact winning without getting a steal or a block shot, just being in the right positions, over communicating, and being able to move that needle.
Next up, we'll go to Mike Finger.
Hey, Bam, I was just over at the arena talking to Brianna Stewart, and she was giving us a scouting report on, I guess, one of the more intense competitions of this Olympics, the Uno games in the hotel. And of all the men's players, she mentioned your name as being involved in this drama, and I'm just wondering how intense this competition really is.
It's high intense because they add this little rule.
Stacking.
You can. But stacking is obviously that it's like you can go out of turn if you have the same card as somebody else. So that's how it gets like real intense, because somebody can have a draw four and play it, and then somebody that's on the other side could have Uno, and the person before them go play that draw four. The person that has Uno got to draw eight. That's kind of how that game goes.
How much are you enjoying them and just the camaraderie between the men's team and the women's team during all this?
We're all getting along. At the end of the day, it's only us, so we gotta make the best of it. Nobody really wants to be in here mad at each other, because we gotta see each other every day, literally. But it was great. We go watch their games, support them, they support us, and we can sit down and play Uno, watch some games, and have simple conversation.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
We'll go to Dwayne Rankin next.
Bam, your Uno game is like that?
Yeah. You see, I got mentioned. Yeah.
No, I was wanting to ask, you've obviously played in huge games, played in an NBA Finals. How are you approaching this gold medal game mentally?
Man, it's definitely different, because it's not like in the NBA Finals, like you said, you get four. You just got to get 4 wins. Like you can get 7 games, but here it's one game, go home. So
right.
That's how to kind of approach it like that. Every possession matters. Like literally every possession matters in the FIBA world.
Quick follow. I know JaVale doesn't play much, but I'm sure maybe you guys have gone against each other in practice. What stood out about him to you? Maybe what have you learned about him that you didn't know before?
JaVale's a comedian. Pretty sure a lot of people have seen the video of him calling me Bamate.
Right.
But that's what I learned about JaVale. He's a comedian. And, he's genuinely like a jokester. Like it's
right.
just by nature. He doesn't try to do it. So that's one of the biggest things I learned about JaVale.
Okay. Good luck, Bam.
Appreciate it.
Next up, we'll go to Rafiq. Rafiq, you need to unmute.
Yeah, this is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Bam Adebayo, I just want to ask you, like, how hungry are you to get back at France in the gold medal game after not being able to take them out in the preliminary rounds?
I mean, considering it's the gold medal game, you want to end with a gold medal. So I mean, it's not really give back. We just got to take care of business.
And part of the reason why you lost it because the team had a tough time slowing down Evan Fournier and Rudy Gobert on the inside. Like, if you get a chance to guard Rudy Gobert, what are you looking to do to slow him down?
Keep him out the paint. Box him out. He's a great offensive rebounder. So just keep him out of the paint, keep him off the boards.
Thank you for the time.
Next up, we'll go to Tim Reynolds.
This guy.
I pass. Hi, Bam.
What up, Tim?
Other than realizing that Stewie's better than you at Uno, what?
Hold on. What?
I'm sorry. Did you went out for a second. What?
Who's better than you at Uno?
Stewie.
Man, you better ask. You better ask. Yeah.
We're sourced up. We're sourced up about it.
Yeah. See, now I'm about to go play competitive Uno. Thank you.
What did you? I guess you knew you're going to become better from this experience. I mean, how could you not? It's the Olympics. It's the best thing in the world. But how does that translate to making you a better player, better person? I mean, the relationships you build from just being part of this thing for 5 weeks. Has it hit you yet what that growth is, how that's going to really manifest itself once this is all over?
It hasn't. But I have built, a lot of connections. And it's even to the point where the WNBA side, like being able to know them and get to know them. What up, Dollar? Ain't nobody throwing up gang. See, Damien has entered the room. But anyways, yeah, like I built a great connection with Damien. He's one of
my boy BA, man. BA, what's good? What's up with your boy?
But just building those connections, it hasn't hit me yet, but it's definitely gonna make me a better player. Just for the simple fact of I can, if need be, call one of them and just ask them a couple of questions. I feel like I am the youngest or second youngest on the third youngest on the team.
Third.
So yeah.
And also everybody, when you got picked for the team, or asked to join the team, whatever the verb is, the question everybody got asked was how much of a factor was Pop in all this, the chance to play for Pop. You've had 5 weeks of Pop on this trip. What was the biggest takeaway just from what you didn't already know about?
He reminds me of my coach. He's nonstop. He's one of those guys, his brain's always moving 100 miles a minute. And you need that as a coach. And he doesn't care what anybody's opinion is outside of us. I will say that he does not care about that. That's what struck out to me. And he's all about business.
Look around, sir. Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Mikey Domagala.
Hey, Bam. How's it going? Mikey Domagala of Inside Buzz here. Was wondering, what is your day going to look like before the game? So will you, try to disconnect mentally or really be locked in mentally and also physically? What will you do to prepare?
Well, considering the game is our time at 11:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have that much time to disconnect and reconnect. You wake up and it's from the jump.
And listening to music to get you hyped up before, little meditation before the game. What you got going on?
I listen to music. I like to envision, the future, and just go out there and try to make that a reality.
And just one more before I finish. You spoke about JaVale, you spoke about Pop. With his video camera and his blogging, what does Pop think of all that stuff?
I don't think it bothers him. Well, I haven't he hasn't said anything negative about it. He hasn't said anything positive about it. I just think he doesn't mind. I mean, I don't. I feel like that's a question for Coach Popovich.
Next up, we'll go to Fagio Franklin. Go ahead, Fagio.
Hey, Bam, how you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm hanging. What are your thoughts about Asia Wilson and her dominance in the Olympics? And have you heard Dame's new single, The Juice? If so, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, about Asia, first, so I don't forget the first question. Great player. Come on, man. But she's a great player. I guess her and her coaches got that connection again, and it's good to see her to have her college coach. And I always tell her, when I see her, she's the GOAT. She don't agree with it, but I do the little MVP chant every once in a while, just for kicks and giggles. But great player, and just seeing her reconnect with her college coach is great, because I know that's like a second mom to her. So she was pretty geeked to be on the team with her second mom, technically. And then for Dame Dolla's new video, I like it. I reposted it. Like I said, I built the connection with Dame. He's one of my closest friends on the team. So yeah, I would give it a thumbs up. So everybody on here, you might want to go listen to it, because I'm trying to get him some views. It's just
All right, thank you.
We'll go next to Josh Coyne.
Hey, Bam, Josh Coyne of Double Clutch UK. You spoke to Tim about your experience with Pop, but I've spoken to a few of your teammates about the larger group of high-level coaches on camp. Could you tell us about your experience working with the coaching staff?
I mean, it's great because you got coaches from all different aspects of the game, and you need that when the USA team is assembled. So you can listen to the different stories and different times they won, and different times like other teams have won, and all the battles they went through. It's good because it's like us. Like we've all had battles within those lines against each other. So it's good to hear those type of stories with the coaches also. And then they can give us like stories about the previous USA teams, and just little stuff like that.
And how involved are they in the Uno drama?
Nah, that's just,
they stay out of it.
Yeah, they stay out of that. That's intense, too intense for coaches.
Thank you.
Next up is Andy.
Hi, Bam. Hope you're well. This will probably be the last game you will be playing with FIBA rules for several years, probably until the preparation for the next Olympics in 2024. What would you say you will miss the most from this game with these rules, this atmosphere, and what are you looking forward to getting back to the NBA game once the season is underway?
The goaltending. I feel like that should low-key be introduced in the league. The goaltending, we can slap it off the rim. And what will I miss about the NBA? Probably the spacing. I agree that it's easier to score in the NBA than FIBA, because everybody packs the paint. So it's definitely easier to score in the NBA because it's 3 seconds.
Thank you, Bam.
Looks like we have one more question. We'll go to Joe Varden.
Hey, Bam. You guys have talked a lot this tournament about watching games at the hotel. So I'm sure you watched last night. I'm just curious, like, what the atmosphere was like, where you guys were, and what you thought of the last play.
Hell of a play, actually. Definitely a hell of a play by Batum. We were sitting there watching it. I mean, I wouldn't say an atmosphere. I mean, we was just kind of like chilling, watching the game. But it was just real intense because we was paying attention to it more than just a game. Like, we was looking at schemes of both the teams and, just their play style.
Any other questions for Bam? Great. Thanks, Bam. Thanks, everybody. Hold up a second. We'll transition to Damien.
Dame Dollar's next. Damien.
If you have a question for Damien, please go ahead and raise your hand.
Bro, how many questions they gotta ask you, bro? And don't do that. Man, bro. What you mean, bro? How long was your interview? Literally
12 minutes.
12 minutes. For real, maybe I came down here beginning. I was early.
Exactly.
Not bad, bro. Hey, man, I made you sound good. I made the music sound great. Bro, don't make me sound nothing. Just tell the truth about me, man. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I was telling the truth. But this is my point. Tell the truth about me too, man. I always do. I always do.
Thanks, everybody.
Holla at you, boy.
We'll move on to questions for Damian Lillard.